Everywhere you go around Charlotte, you see beautiful trees. Some are huge and have been here for decades. Others are planted brand new around emerging developments and buildings.
No matter where you live, you should take great care of the trees in your yard. Now, welcome arborist Eric Schmidhausler with some tips for all homeowners. Hello and welcome to the show, sir. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm great. How are you?
Good.
We're glad you're here. We can't neglect our trees. Yes. Let's start with some things that all homeowners should be doing to take care of the trees in their yard before they have to call an arborist. The first is to remove the old leaves from planting beds and shrubs, correct?
That's right. That's
Why
right.
is that important?
So leaves, old decaying leaves, they carry some fungus, some disease. There's a handful of trees in our environment that fall to the ground and they have disease spores on them. So removing all of those old leaves help prevent spores the next season and the next season. So removing leaves is important.
So what about when you stake the trees and then you have the ropes holding the trees? When should you remove that stuff, or why should you remove it?
Tree stakes are great for the first year or two of life for the tree. They don't need to be there much longer. You can see in this picture here, this is tree stakes that was put up to hold the tree up, but after 1 or 2 years, they don't need to be there anymore.
Okay.
And what happens is, this picture right here, there's some damage that can be caused to the tree, death in the crown of the tree, girdling of the stem of the tree if you leave them there too long. So they really should be removed after a year or two. Trees support themselves.
Very good. Should people use mulch around the trees?
Mulch is so critical. I know we've had a wet, rainy season. I know it's cool, but we get to the summer and mulch around trees is important. Most people, the debate is pine needles or hardwood mulch, but mulch, a 2 or 3 inch thick ring around the tree is really healthy for trees.
But should you let the mulch build up, though?
No, overmulching is an issue, and we see it common. People put mulch year after year.
Yes.
The tree on the left has bleeding cankers. The tree on the right, this is what we call telephone pole trees, where they go straight into the ground, and there's no taper, and there's too much mulch around the tree. We need to pull that mulch away. Winter is a great time to do that.
So are you like smothering the tree with the mulch like that?
You can be. You can smother the tree. You can put too much moisture against the stem of the tree. What really happens is we get girdling roots. The roots grow in an area of the tree that they really don't want to be growing. They should be growing in the soil, not in the mulch layer.
Okay, so how do we know how much mulch is the right amount then?
So a couple inches of mulch is great, as long as it's breathable. We don't want the mulch against the stem of the tree. So we want to mulch away from the tree, not against the stem of the tree.
This is incredibly helpful. You're welcome, everybody. I'm learning so much. This is really good. This is good information.
You also say to check for volcanoes. What is volcanoes?
Oh, if you drive around Charlotte, we have a picture coming up here of what we consider volcano mulch, is when so much mulch is put against the tree.
Oh, like that.
It's mounded up year after year. It's just not healthy for the tree. It's not good for the tree. It shouldn't be like that. So when you see your neighbors, go nudge them and say, hey, go get the mulch away from your tree.
You're over mulching.
You're over mulching, right.
Girdling the tree and doing all kinds of things. Yeah.
That's right.
What about the roots? What can you tell us about the roots?
So health of the tree starts at the root system. A healthy root system is the key to a healthy tree. And when we buy a tree from the store, sometimes this is a picture. This is how we want our tree to look. We want the root flare exposed. We want the stem exposed. We don't want any girdling roots. This is really how we want the base of our tree to look. Not like that volcano picture that we just saw a minute ago.
I feel like that's what we see more often.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. Yeah, you see it a lot. So removing mulch, you can add 2 inches, but take them an inch off. You can add 3 inches, but take an inch off. Every year we should be removing some and then adding a little more mulch.
Okay. Don't just put mulch on top of mulch.
That's right.
Yes.
Should we be worried about the soil?
Healthy soil is great. Healthy soil, we don't have great soil here in the Carolinas.
How do we test it? Because we got that clay soil here.
Get a soil sample. So get a soil sample. We do a soil analysis. Contact an arborist. Contact somebody to give a full soil analysis. We figure out the pH of the soil, the micronutrients, macronutrients, and then you set up winter fertilization.
Okay, what about fertilizer? What can you tell us about that? What kind should people be using?
Believe it or not, the fertilizer that we use on our lawns is completely backwards, and our trees don't like that. There's too much nitrogen. It's not the right tree. People say, oh, I fertilize my grass. Isn't it good for my tree? It's not. We actually need a different kind of fertilizer, and it's designed to help trees. So contact an arborist for the right fertilization for your trees.
Oh, well, tell us about this big event you have concerning this.
Yeah, there's a big event coming up. TreesCharlotte, we're a sponsor of an event for TreesCharlotte. It's called the Big Tree Summit, and it's coming up at CPCC's Harris campus tomorrow night. Tomorrow afternoon, starting at 4:30, we're going to learn about the state of the trees. It's basically the state of the trees of Charlotte. City of Charlotte, mayor will be there, and we're going to learn a lot about the condition of our beautiful canopy here in Charlotte. We love our trees. Come learn about it.
I know that our Brad Panovich is part of
That's
this
right.
as well.
He's our MC for the evening.
Very
we're
good.
excited to be there.
Okay, there will be some free tree stores open soon. Is that correct? Can
Yes.
you tell us more about that?
So TreesCharlotte is a big proponent of building the canopy of Charlotte, 50% canopy by 2050, and they're going to be giving away trees. So there's 2 events coming up. There's one event in February, one event in March. Go on the TreesCharlotte.org website and find out they're giving away 600 trees. Come get a free tree. Anyone that lives in the Charlotte area can come get a free tree, plant it in your yard. They do a great job handing trees out.
And now we know how to take care of it, too.
That's right. Don't overmulch it.
Yeah, and you're not only helping the tree, but you're also helping the animals that live in the tree. Can you speak to that also? Because there's a lot of animals that live in trees.
There are. Yep, there's tons of animals. We get birds in trees. We get squirrels, and trees are so good for our environment. They're so healthy. Sometimes snakes live in our trees,
Yes,
right?
they do. Yes, they do.
Sometimes they climb right up the tree.
That's right.
But no, trees are important for our entire ecosystem, our environment, and Charlotte is a tree city, and we know that the entire ecosystem revolves around our trees.
Very good. Again, TreesCharlotte.org, TreesCharlotte.org. Eric, you did such a nice job. You'll have to come back again.
Indeed.
Thank you. Love
He
to.
said he could talk trees all day long.
Well, you're very good at it. I want to write a letter to your boss and tell him how lucky they are to have you. Nicely done.
Thank you very much.